Hey, it's Kenyatta. Welcome to my channel. I just wanted you guys to hang out with me today for the Plant and Sip event I went to. I had such a great time. So stay tuned and see all of the plants that I ended up coming home with.
Not seriously. But as I was saying earlier, this event is to bring people together on a social level as well as a aesthetic level with the plants, to actually get involved in gardening, to become kind of calm and meditative, if you will. It gives you all of this. Plants, they're good for you, they're good to you, and you're the steward to all of this, because without this we don't live, we don't have anything. So like I said, I'm a plantaholic. This is not enough. My salon is full and I'm not finished. How about that? And there's some at home. Okay, yes, there's a whole lot at home, and sometimes I change them out or whatever, but there's some at home, trust me. And some of them need a little doctoring, some of them whatever. I help people get to point B. Okay, so with that being said, we have basil, we have marigolds. Marigolds help with fending off bugs like nematodes, mosquitoes. It's in the mosquito plant family. So that's a good one to have in your yard and whatnot. Then we have the basil. Basil does something similar, but of course you can cook with them, as well as it's good for dandruff. If you didn't know that. On a topical level, make it into a tea, and you put it on your head and all that good stuff, along with sage and all that good stuff. Rosemary and lavender. Lavender, as everyone knows, is a calmer. It brings you down, and and all that kind of stuff. You wash your babies with it, and I think as people grow up, they don't think that it affects them the same way they do their babies. It affects you. Spray it on your pillow so you can go to sleep at night. And all these lovely things here, they bring bees to your lovely garden, which is something that you need for pollination. So that's what we have here. We have daffodils, tulips, and we also have seeds. We have the gladioles. These are bee lovers too. And hummingbirds. Bring hummingbirds to your garden. Yeah. So you have options here, lovelies. And I hope that you all are satisfied with my selection. Let's talk about the soil. Okay. I used a big box company, if you will, better known as Miracle-Gro, but I did the moisture retention soil. Okay, so that means you don't have to water it and drown your plants or what have you. But I also mixed in compost. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. So there's no fertilizing for a long time. Okay, because the soil itself comes with fertilizer in it, and then I added more to it, plus perlite. Perlite holds moisture to it as well. Okay, so everything that you need is in on these pots, and everything that you want to do, make it happen. So it's all on y'all, and you get started digging in anytime.
You said that the soil
area. Okay. Then you can cut this one, and you got 2 plants right there. But it'll just have this piece right here. Will have 1 versus this 2 right here. So you will cut it here, because it's got an aerial root, and you can work it, or you could get this one, or you can get all 3 of them, and you'll cut it right here.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. What's that?
That's a long.
What type of plant is that?
This is a monstera.
Okay, yeah.
This is one of those plants.
Yeah.
This is an alocasia family, better known as the elephant ear family, and because it's literally, it has that velvet.
It does.
Situation.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. A black velvet, perlite, orchid blend mix, and soil, and very, very, very airy. Okay, so there's a lot of orchid mix in here, and because of that, the roots are not going to get bogged. The soil doesn't stay wet or anything like that. It drains really fast, so you have to be careful. But this is this, and it's an indirect light. It only gets that light coming from there.
Okay.
But it's also shaded by a big old tree. And then I have another one who's my gloriosum. It's got big leaves as well. You can't see it from here because of the tree and whatnot, but it's over here on the side, and the leaves get bigger, and it's kind of in the same situation, but that's a philodendron that's over there. And the difference between that philodendron and these philodendrons is, or the pothos and all that, is it doesn't climb, it crawls. So it grows to the side versus growing upward. Okay? So that's this. This was a throwaway, and I split it up. So that's why I got brown spots, all sorts of stuff. It is giving me a flower. That little thing right here, that's a flower getting ready to start up. I was blown. I was like, oh, shoot. I like to see a flower. Because plants that you don't expect to flower, they flower, and you're like, oh, that's different. You know, just on some craziness. When I first got this isn't even a month old. When I first got this, it was just this leaf. This. There was no roots on it, anything. I had it in water up until 3 weeks ago. Because this leaf right here was coming up. So I was like, okay, I don't want it to drown, whatever. But in the process, this leaf right here was coming up behind it. So I was like, oh, well, damn, okay. This is a new leaf, and you see what's coming right there? Okay. I'm going to have me a beast on my hands.
Yes, you are.
But, yeah, I'm excited because when I saw the pictures of this, I was like, oh, I got to get it. Gotta get it. Big Leaf City 101. And I put it in this vase because I don't plan on watering it no time soon. And I wanted to have as much space. When it gets all these roots going around it real good, then I'll upgrade it. But right now, this is what it's going to be in for a good little while. And there's orchid mix, orchid blend down at the bottom, which also has charcoal in it. Okay, and it helps with fungus and so forth. Okay, and bacteria. Then on top of that, I have orchid moss. So you just soak it, and it absorbs all the water and whatnot, and you just put it in your plant. Put it on your pot, and put the plant in there, and let it do its thing. When it feels like it's gonna dry out, or it looks like it's really dry, put your finger in it, and use that as moisture to check the moisture. Excuse me, and then go ahead on the water like normal. You don't want to drown it or anything like that, but you want to make sure that the moisture is in the moss. Okay, there's no drain holes in this, so I definitely don't want to drown it. You feel me? And so it's just doing its thing. It's liking its environment.
Yes, it is.
If I see a piece of wood that I can create into something else and put a plant in it, that's what I do. I'm not stressing it. I'm not trying to impress nobody. I'm gonna do what I do and put a plant in, and hopefully it's gonna be happy in that. If it's not happy, you move it. That's all it comes down to.
They make me feel so happy.
I know.
That's what I feel about orchids.
A lot of y'all don't know each other, and I said we're gonna do an introduction, so everybody knows I'm Tayleen. So smile. Smile. This is what's going on, y'all.
Oh, look at your plant babies.
Oh, yeah, with the lavender.
So we're inside, and then somebody has plugged up some type of device or something outside, and it caught on fire. So we're waiting on the police department, our fire department, and the police department to get here. So they told us not to go back in the building and to stay away from the fire. Okay, so the update on this is there was a homeless guy who plugged up whatever it was in that insulated cooler bag and disappeared into the woods over there. So fortunately for us, we were able to smell the smoke and something's not right, so we got out. But that's what happened.